Hi friends, this is your pal Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Professor Dungeon Master's absolutely fantastic uh, list of the top 20 tabletop role-playing game, most popular tabletop role-playing games of 2025. We made the list from looking at all the live events that were run at Gen Con, and the more events you had, the higher you go on the list. And let's talk about number 7. So number 7 is Magpie Games. All right, so they are a creator of tabletop role-playing games, and primarily, I think they made Bluebeard's wife, but they primarily make tabletop role-playing games that run on PBTA, powered by the Apocalypse. And they won the license for the number 7 game, Avatar Legends. So Avatar Legends is the name of the licensed tabletop role-playing game that is based on Avatar Last Airbender, which came out on Nickelodeon, then bounced to Amazon Prime and lived on Amazon Prime for a while, and then finally dropped like a comet on Netflix, and like 100 million people plus watched it. It just absolutely blew up when it arrived. People were watching it, people were excited about it, but it really found its audience when it actually advanced to Netflix, and it's a huge intellectual property. There's a live action version of it. There was a movie of it, and that movie of it was actually the movie version of it actually was made by M. Night Shyamalan. This thing is, it's a juggernaut. It is a absolutely massive, extremely important intellectual property. So Avatar Legends RPG is the 7th most popular tabletop role-playing game in 2025, and it earned this slot with 129 events. 129 events. That is astonishing. So what is my experience with this? I definitely have FOMO. I wrote this off immediately when they announced that the system for it would be PBTA. I really am not a fan of PBTA. I just don't like it. I think it's a bad system, and I was very sad that this amazing intellectual property dropped onto a very bad, very unusable system. So I wrote this off, and I refuse. And I've seen this. Oh, by the way, this is on shelves. They Kickstartered this. They had a massively successful Kickstarter. It was millions of dollars, right? And then, but years later, this has been out for 4 or 5 years now, and now it's on shelves. I've literally seen this very nice hardback book. It's in exactly the same size as a Canon D&D Canon hardback. It is an all-in-one system. You buy one book, the DM buys one book, the player buy the same book, which I really like. The book is beautiful. They did a stunning job with it. The art is extremely good. It captures the intellectual property really well. But I have never owned this book. I have never played this game, and I have never run this game. I did download the Kickstarter. I'm sorry. I did download the Quick Start. I downloaded the Quick Start, right? And then also, I also have the free material on Demiplane for this. And so they have done an incredibly good job of making this accessible, making it available. I love that they have a free quick start for it. Unfortunately, the quick start confirmed what I thought, that this is just a bog standard PBTA skin. And I just don't like PBTA. So I think that I would have bought this and just run the heck out of it if it had been on a rule system that I liked, but I just didn't. That was enough to kill this for me, in my opinion. However, I love that Professor Dungeon Master's system just is a big old shut up, Scott. Doesn't matter what you think, right? Because it doesn't matter that I don't like this. This is extremely popular, and they have found unmitigated success with this. The fact that it made it to number 7 shocks me. I would never have suspected that this would even make the top 20, right? And good on PBTA for having a system that is up and running, that people really dig and really love. And I'm super happy to hear that people are really enjoying this and finding joy in the Magpie games. Avatar Legends RPG. I'm extremely impressed with this accomplishment, and I am so thankful for Professor Dungeon Master. Like, the without his list, I would never know that this game was this popular, that it had this many people. I have literally never seen anyone playing this at any table, right? I've never talked to anyone who even whispered about this to me, right? But that's real. In order to fill 129 that's hundreds of players, right? And I think the thing that I love so much about Professor Dungeon Master's list is these are hundreds of players that are saying this place is filled with all the best games. I can play anything I want, and I'm going to play this. And there's Professor Dungeon Master's list is absolutely brilliant. I really feel like this is the best. That to me, this is the best thing to happen in the D&D community this year. Like the Professor Dungeon Master's list. Come out of the D&D community. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.